Hi guys, this is Regan McCaffrey. I'm the fine wine manager for Glengarry, and I'm here with the incredible 2019 vintage of the Man of War Pinot Gris. Now this was an amazing vintage for Waiheke, and one that came just at the right time. That had three pretty challenging vintages leading up to there. There was some good fruit over some of those previous years, but the quantities were very, very low. What happened in 2019 was they had some really warm, dry, settled weather all through spring, really great fruit set, leading to an extraordinary summer. If you remember the 2019 summer in Auckland, it was absolutely incredible. Some extremely hot days, getting as high as 45 degrees in some parts of the vineyards on Waiheke Island, especially in the steep slopes that you've got over at Man of War there. And what happened was you had perfect weather all the way through harvesting as well. They were in no rush to bring any of that fruit in. All of the fruit that Man of War brought in was in some of the most perfect condition that they'd ever seen. Certainly with the Pinot Gris, little to no botrytis whatsoever. The Pinot Gris for this wine comes from a number of different vineyards across Ponui Island and Waiheke Island as well. Most of them elevated hillside sites, so you've got a lot of exposure to all the cool breeze coming off the Pacific, which balances with that extreme heat that they're getting on the quite steep slopes there. And it's certainly been many years since the winery has seen fruit of this quality, but also they had huge quantities in this year, massively more than they'd ever seen in any other vintage. And that's very, very rare to have a vintage with this kind of quality and that kind of quantity both at the same time. So it's a very, very special year for Waiheke. This Pinot Gris, I was lucky enough to taste this, I think, after it had been just 1 week in tank. And when it was in tank there and I tried it, it almost tasted like a finished wine already. It was that good. So I've been very much looking forward to trying it in bottle. Wow. Now, the way that they make this, of course, is all hand-harvested fruit. You can't machine harvest on a lot of these very steep vineyards that Man of War has at the end of Waiheke Island. It's a long, slow press cycle into the tank, rat clear, fermented with some Riesling yeasts, and they wait till they've got the right balance of that sugar acidity and tannin. And then what they do is they stop the fermentation by chilling it down to below zero. And by stopping the fermentation, what you do is you keep the alcohol a little bit lower, so this is 12.5%, and you also keep a little bit of residual sugar in the wine. So the wine's a little bit off dry, it's just got hints of sweetness coming through. When you first put it in your mouth, very full, very rich, some great citrus and pear, classic Pinot Gris characters. Some little savoury notes as well that you tend to get from Waiheke Pinot Gris. And then what happens is you've got that sweetness that comes through after that. Beautiful sweetness, then quickly balanced by some super refreshing, strong acidity. And that's what you want to keep this wine all sitting together. And then it actually finishes quite dry. It actually doesn't leave much of a residual sweetness taste in your mouth either. What they also do with this wine is they hold it in the cellar when it's been bottled at really, really cold temperature just afterwards to retain as much of the natural carbon dioxide in the wine as possible. So it gives like just a really light spritz to the wine, helps it feel a little bit more lively and effervescent on the palate. And certainly at this current price, I think this is an absolute must-buy wine, incredible deal. So hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Thanks, bye.